TSX market off today because of the income trust decision in Ottawa. A lot of people running for the exits today, but not totally unexpected, just a little early. This week, some of the country's brightest undergraduate business students will be going to QBET, the Queen's Conference on the Business Environment today, to learn from some of Canada's most successful business leaders and gain insight into what it takes to remain competitive in today's constantly changing business environment. Among those leaders addressing this year's delegates is Scott Ewart, the Chief Legal and Public Affairs Officer of Molson Canada, and he joins us live at the TSX Broadcast Center. Hello, Scott.
Good afternoon, Mark.
Good to see you. What can students expect to hear from Molson at this year's QBET?
Well, QBET is one of the longest-running student conferences in Canada, and we have our future business leaders there, and we're going to take the opportunity to tell these students that building a strong company is important, but it isn't all about advertising, merchandising, getting the product out there. It's really also about building community capital. It's about ethical leadership, and it's about what you can really do to invest in the community.
Now, Molson's gone through its own changes in the changing environment with your product. Why have you chosen to get involved with this conference?
Well, Mark, you'll actually really like this story, particularly given all your work with students and ProAction. We are really here because of a single student. We have a young student, former Queen's student, who started a program at Queen's called the Charity Challenge. She came into my office one day with a project, and we talked about it for a while, and I said, well, why don't you go off and produce a business plan? And she did. When she came back, it just blew us away, and we thought this is a perfect opportunity to support her and also get involved in a very worthwhile cause and conference.
That is a great story. Tell us about Molson's involvement with the Charity Challenge and a little bit more about the challenge.
Well, we're the title sponsor for the community activity, and what we wanted to do was really show students a different side of business. So we created the Community Challenge. So what we've done, we've got a charity called Frameworks, and they have a real problem, something that, is from a strategic standpoint that they really want to get solved. So with all of the talent, the young talent, the kids that are at this conference, we divided them up into groups, and real time they're going to solve that problem. Then what we're going to do is we're going to have each of the different groups present to professors, to members of the philanthropic community, and we'll come up with a winner. What the advantage of this is that the charity gets the benefit of some real-time solutions from some of the best young minds in the country, and the winning group gets a contribution made in their name.
Now, how's Molson supporting it specifically? Free beer? No, just kidding.
Well, they are with some of our best consumers.
Absolutely.
Well, what we're doing, we're the title sponsor, so we're providing funds to allow the community challenge to happen. When Katrina, as I mentioned, the young student, came into my office, she had a small idea that she's been nurturing. Our contribution and our involvement is really allowing it to get bigger and to really influence and affect far more people. So, we think of it as a bit of an incubator.
I know a bit about the program because of some friends at Molson, as you know, and you've inspired us. I'm involved with one of the major charitable boards right now, another one, and we're bringing some young people in from public relations and some other disciplines in the college and university system to give us some fresh ideas on how to get this particular cause out there. So it's been inspirational already, even though QBET is yet to happen here.
Well, that is exactly right. When you talk to, these young students, they will often, come up with ideas that you had never thought about. And after we saw the, the plan that was put together by Katrina, we really, just it blew us away and gave us a whole new way of thinking about different things.
And after all the issues we saw about governance and some of the negative business news the last few years, this is really great to see the positive side. There's a lot of great people coming up behind us to run the show.
Well, from what I've seen so far, the Canadian economy, Canadian society is in really good hands.
All right. Scott Ewart, Molson, thanks very much, and really appreciate Molson's involvement in a lot of great causes in this country.
Well, thank you very much.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
You're watching CP24 coming up at the top of the hour homepage after the latest from Star.